Good day, folks. This is Colan from Kincaid Outdoors, and to my left, your right, is Jason from Pet Side Outdoors. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. It's been a long time coming going to my regular live schedule. I was down for a couple weeks to almost a month due to internet issues. We're going to be talking about a little bit of everything. Jason might be bringing up his latest short. You might want to go check that out. Now, Jason, if you want to post that in the chat, you can. That way, give somebody some access to your short for you. Otherwise, if you wanted to come on up, you're more than welcome to do that as well. So we'll talk about a little bit everything. I do have a grilled cheese challenge that I will be promoting for a little bit, which is going to be coming up within the next month or so. Somewhere between after Halloween and before Thanksgiving, hopefully, because anything time after that, it gets into the major holidays where a lot of cooking's involved, and I don't want to do that because it's too much stress for everybody. But we got Rob on the road. How you doing, brother? Glad you can make it. By the way, Jason, I know I can't hear you, but Rob has a literal ton of flint he has access to. He showed me a pile of it. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but he's got this. He's got the flint for flint and steel. Now, I'm not sure how much you have access to there, Rob, but that's a lot. How's your Chinese, though? How's your Chinese? Good. I'll stick to my chicken. So, if you have any questions, questions for Rob, he's right there in the chat. Please let him know. And he's number one in the chat. Now, I do have a question for you, Rob, just because I'm curious. I know you're English, not Irish. But since Halloween, well, an American holiday, was started initially in Ireland, you guys celebrate Halloween there or not? I figured that'd be a good question for you. So we have a lot of chert here. We don't have a lot of, well, it varies from state to state where you can find chert, where you can find flint. But Iowa is one of the places you don't find flint. We got really close substitutes, but not, I mean, I actually have to go find vendors who's selling rocks who happen to have it. I used to have a lady I go to at the Watcher County Flea Market. She brings in a table from Michigan, and she sets up there, but she wasn't there the last two times I was there, and I missed the last time. So well, we are kind of a big, country.
Okay, I'm back. All the interruptions are gone.
Welcome back.
Good
Did you
evening.
get your haircut recently?
No.
Because your hair's a little more poofy on top than usual.
Yeah, that's because it's getting long.
Not mine.
No, I'll probably get a haircut tomorrow.
I'm gonna put my hat on because my head's getting cold.
Hello, Rob.
I'm not sure you heard me or not, but Rob's got access to a literal pile of flint. I mean, everybody talks about getting, fat wood or this, that, and the other thing, but finding flint for flint and steel fires is not easy for me anyway, because they don't have it here. I don't know what they have access to in Texas, because I've only spent time at the posts there in Texas, so I didn't get to spend a lot of time rock hounding. So sometimes it's both there, Rob. So, do you know what if they have flint or chert there in Texas?
I'm not sure. I never looked.
I wasn't sure. I mean, because the last time I was there was a long time ago, and I wasn't on. I was a little bit too busy to be looking for rocks.
Yeah.
Because they didn't like you looking at your feet while I was in the
You
military.
know, in Arizona, you gotta be careful where you go shooting at, because you can
Sparks.
strike a rock and it will spark,
Mm-hmm.
and it will cause a wildfire.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Hello,
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
Okay, I'm not really worried about people, too much right now. So I'm gonna do this. I know it's a little risky, but why not? Sorry about that. Mute that side.
Yeah, because Cliff won't be up for at least another 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes.
I thought he was going over to Jesse's channel.
Wednesday?
Today's
No, it's
Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's right. That's right. He does.
I was like, what the heck? I mean, it'd be awesome, but not likely. This is my channel, not yours. But that's okay. Now, I recently, was talking with Rob, as you can tell. He sent me a picture of the amount of flint that he has access to. He doesn't use all of it; just gets a good handful. And well, I'll show you because it's like
A little bit sparky.
Huh?
A little sparky.
Oh, definitely sparky. Let me see if I can. Okay, I gotta back up a little bit so I can get to the messages here.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a real thick fog tomorrow morning.
Oh, he hit the video, dude. That's not good.
What?
Oh, he had a whole video. He hid the video from me.
Oh,
But I do have a picture of some of the flint he's got.
well, that's good.
That's a good piece. But the pile is like a big giant. Like we would normally throw gravel, a big pile of gravel in a driveway. They put flint. I wish we had that kind of stuff, but we don't. Not here. Now, I'm not sure if someplace like, I hate to say this, in North Carolina, when the floodwaters came through, they might have access to some there. But right now, their mindset's nothing to do with any of that. So,
Oh yeah, I gotta go do that tomorrow too.
do what?
Early voting.
That's not till next week.
No,
Right, a couple weeks.
here in Texas, it's now.
I was supposed to be the first one.
Each state has their own days for early voting.
Oh, early voting. Okay.
Like I said, early voting. I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to next week though. That's the problem.
Well, excuse me.
All right, they got the hole done. Awesome.
I'm going to wait until the day of. I just vote normally. Gives me more time to see what's going on and who's doing what.
Yeah.
Because it gives them more time if they're going to be idiots. It's going to show between now and then.
I think that only happens in the big city.
You want the last piece, huh? Okay, I'm full. Now, people can be idiots anywhere. They don't need a big city for that.
Yeah.
And that's about all I'm gonna say about, politics, folks. But please do go vote if you have the option to do so. And you're from the United States, obviously.
It looks like
Canada and
Am I still here?
who?
Am I still online?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, aren't
Because all of a sudden, I think I lost internet on my phone.
I? I'm talking to you.
Yeah. Hosting.
If we are talking, you're still alive.
Well, like I said, I can't tell on my side.
Well, turn your freaking camera on. You can tell me. You
Yeah,
can
there it
find
goes.
out.
It's shared. Okay.
We
No,
can
all of
see
a sudden-
you. We
yeah.
know that for a fact. So
Yeah, I'm waiting for my part to come in for my generator so I can get that fixed.
what happened to it?
The petcock is leaking.
I heard about one of those, but I don't know what it is.
It's the shutoff valve for the fuel.
Okay. Like I said, I've heard of one of those. Don't know. I couldn't point one out if someone said, "Hey,
Yeah.
point out what that is." I've just heard of them,
Ah,
but I'm not mechanically inclined enough to really. I can start an engine. I can put oil and make sure it's got gas, or if there's an oil gas mixture, know how to do that.
yeah.
But that's
I
as far
ordered-
as it goes.
Yeah, I ordered from Amazon, and it's supposed to arrive in about 2 weeks.
Well, I do have a couple items coming in, within the next couple weeks, but I have to wait for a bit. One is the third and final component I need for my winter sleep system,
Uh-huh.
my patrol bag. Found it in the weirdest place, though.
Ah,
Walmart.
really?
Used U.S. military patrol bags in the color that I needed was on Walmart, of all places. For after tax and everything, less than $49. So that makes it it's a sub-zero sleeping system. So the next big piece is the Light Fighter 1 winterization setup.
Mm.
That'll turn my 4-season tent into a 3-season tent to a 4-season tent.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how well it's supposed to keep things warmer. I had an idea to increase the chances of keeping heat in, but I was going to run it by you guys and tell you guys figure it out. You can tell me what you think.
Yeah, I would like to do the same thing with my tent. I just like we'll probably have to end up making a fly, but I doubt if I'm going to do that
Right?
because I usually just throw a tarp over it. It's almost
Well,
the
tarps
same
are the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
No, but my idea was it has its normal footprint. Okay, so I was thinking, put the footprint down. With the exception of the Light Fighter 1, the footprint gets incorporated into everything. Is because it could be completely freestanding. And if it's in the snow, it has the snow anchors and stuff like that. But I was thinking about getting one of those reusable space blankets,
Yeah.
the thick ones, not the skinny foil thingies, and use that underneath the tent to help reflect body heat back into the tent.
Okay. Yeah.
But under the tent, but where it's separated from the ground. So that's my idea. I don't know how well that would work. And I was thinking maybe with a small space heater, possibly, because there's still ventilation in the place. It's not like completely closed in. It still breathes. But I don't have to worry about, CO2 emissions and things like that. So I figured between the sleep system, a decent sleeping pad, because I can't find a freaking cot that'll fit in there that will be comfortable for me, and stuff like that, to see how comfortable I could maintain in the winter.
Yeah.
So just to do a complete winter setup, and because if I get cold, I'm going to call it. I'm not going to do it,
Yeah. I don't
But-
like being cold either.
No. Well, the thing is, this thing came across my lap for $9 for the first two pieces. And the tent itself was less than $5. And the most expensive part was the patrol bag so far. But I still got to find that last part to make it a complete tent. And my idea of that big space blanket thing. But is it called a space blanket, or what is it called, that reusable part? The ones with silver on one side, orange on the other.
Usually it's like a Mylar blanket, isn't it?
Well, I thought that's what the little space blankets were.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the name, folks. If someone in the chat knows what the names of those things are, let me know, because I want to get a reusable one. So I've seen them both with orange backing and green. You know, they're heavy duty. They fold really nice and completely reusable, which is awesome. So, because I have some ideas. I can imagine doing a camp and cook. Definitely coffee is going to be a part of it. So I'm not going anywhere without coffee. But yeah.
Speaking of coffee, I might have to get some here in a bit.
I've got my soda from supper, so the medication they have me on reduces my appetite, and I couldn't finish a 5-piece chicken strip meal. I could not. One piece is still sitting in there, and there's no way I'm going to be able to eat it. I probably won't be able to finish this. But yeah. What's the coldest you've ever camped?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. In the single digit?
Okay. I can't say I was camping at the time. The coldest I've been into is like I was sleeping in my vehicle because I had no home. But it was like sub-zero. But I had a running vehicle to help keep the car run, so that's different. But tent-wise, I think it got down to the double digits. You know, the teens. But I had a futon mattress and my pavilion that you know of already.
Yeah.
Now, I did spot something on Facebook today. If I had the money for it, I would highly consider it. Give me a second, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm not going to tell you about it, what it is, until you see it. Here we go. Check that out.
I have no idea what it is. Okay.
It's a U.S. military tent, canvas tent, with wood stove. I just don't have $500, but it's all there.
Yeah, Rob. I believe we were really close to sub-zero when my brother and I, we were with my dad and some friends. We were doing some fishing up in the Sierras in late September. We made our dinner.
Hey, Doug.
And
Doug
we
changed his name again.
Yeah, we went back for seconds and it was already frozen.
Wow. I was thinking about, getting something like, that kind of, at least the stove from that setup,
Yeah.
And figure out a way to hook it up to my other tent. But now it's a nice little tent stove, so it's got some decent size. There's a plan on how to set it up. That's a lot of stovepipe right there. They used it for L cutting, so there's that. I see Doug changed his name again, so I think I recognized it.
Yeah.
My voice is a little raspy, so please bear with me, folks. Now, there's one thing I thought about doing, Jason. I'm not sure if you've done it. You've been ice fishing?
Never been ice fishing.
Well, I have an ice fishing tent. And I was wondering what it would be like if you had to do survival in that on the ice. Like, say your car didn't start, you couldn't get home or something, So you couldn't use your car to warm up, to keep yourself warm. So you had to be in your.
The problem is you're exposed to all the wind and everything else.
Well, you're in an ice fishing shelter, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You're still exposed to the weather.
Not as much as you would be if you're just standing straight up on the ice. But I was thinking, when I say set up, is that I plan on getting those little foam puzzle tiles to
Yeah.
put on the ice. That way you're not directly standing on the ice while you're fishing. And you have a chair at least to sit in. And the basic stuff throughout the day when you're fishing, you to keep yourself warm, be able to make coffee, that kind of thing. Little stove, what have you.
Yeah, I just got a message from Johnny, and he's laughing at the video. Made him laugh.
Well, that means he found it then. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm sure I probably would be miserable because it's a single wall tent. Yeah, but it's a pop-up tent. Like you see a lot of the style going for hunting blinds nowadays. They just pop out. That's what mine is. I'm sorry you didn't get the notification there, Doug. I don't know what happened. But I shared it out to all my normal locations. But now, once I get the liner, which is, let me see if I can find that. If you give me a second here. It's a Light Fighter 1 tent cold weather kit. And the only problem is it's expensive right now.
All right, I'll be back in a bit.
Okay. Enjoy your coffee. Yeah, this is the cold weather kit that fits over your mesh part of your Light Fighter 1 tent, but under your rainfly, which gives yourself 3 layers of protection technically, and it's supposed to be help you maintain your body temperature in the winter. But this one also can be mounted on a cot, as you can see. So there is that. Oh, by the way, folks, give me a second. I got to say something. Say hi to Jenny. You look cold.
I got my hot flashes to keep me warm.
Okay. Cecilia says hi. Oh, it actually fits when the tent's all together. I actually have it on my other bag right here. With the exception of the cot, which I don't have. This one could be as a freestanding tent normally. You can just sit straight on the ground. You don't need to strap it down, but you do have stakes. So you can stake it down, and everything is interconnected. The mesh part and the frame part can be separate. Everything can be set up separately in different sections if you want to. But with the cold weather kit, it goes poles, the mesh, cold weather kit, and that's all attached to the inside of the frame. And then there's the rain flag goes over the top of the frame. And I don't know how it works with the cot because I am not sure what kind of cot it is because I can't see. But I plan on seeing about finding a cot in the future. But right now, I do not have that access to that. But right now, I just have to see what I can do. Try and get the cold weather kit so I can make my set complete. So that way, between my cold weather sleep system, which I'm going to be finishing up, and I have a decent couple of sleeping pads that I could use in conjunction with each other to get myself a decent R value from the ground, as well as the sleep system itself and the tent, and my idea of using a big reflective space blanket, but the big heavy foldable kinds. I cannot remember the freaking names of those. I put that underneath my tent to help reflect body heat back up as well. So that's my idea. Plus maybe a space heater, those little propane space heaters, because while it's small, enclosed for one, it's got a lot of space. It's big enough for two technically, but between all that and a small space heater should give someone enough warmth to make it through the coldest of weather. Now, would it be something I want to do on a regular basis? Probably not. I'm going to at least say I did it once. But I'm not going to be stupid about it. I'm going to be as warm as freakingly possible. I'm going to have really good base layers. I'm going to have wool socks. I'm going to be doing everything I could possibly do to keep myself warm. I'm going to have my stocking cap on, the whole 9 yards. If I need a balaclava to go over my face and go like that, I go full on snake eyes if I have to. I still don't have to worry about bugs, though. That's be a good thing. But it does, like right now, I have it set up to my my bushcraft bag. It just clips on just with straps underneath. It's Molly style. Give me a second. I can probably pull it up so you can see it, but it's kind of heavy. It is straps right there. It's not very big. I don't have it tightened down or anything like that right now. So I am going to tighten it down where it doesn't slide out. But it just clips on like anything else. Give me a second here. I'll have to reattach this after I get done, but just to give you an idea how it works. Now, there's the whole tent right there. Lightweight, it's compact, and it has the option for a winterization kit. I did not realize it had this was a 3-season tent when I bought it. It just turned out that way. I know Jason went for coffee. Oh, sorry. You were telling him. Thank you, Cecilia. I really appreciate it. Sorry for jumping to conclusions. But this is a really nice tent. Plenty of room. You see it's got places for Molly you can attach it to. And I strapped this to the bottom of my bushcraft bag. That's which is dropping my stuff all over the place. Give me a second here. My stuff is just dropping all over the place.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I just got a notification that my cousin got certified to be a sailor.
Which kind of sailor?
He got a sailor certification.
For what? The Navy?
No, American Sailing Association.
Oh, okay, the racing kind.
He passed his test.
Congratulations to him.
So he is
We
now.
call him Popeye because I don't know his name.
His name is Spencer.
Well, I think Popeye's better.
Yeah. Yes. Sailor Spencer is his channel's name.
Okay, cool. I was Doug was trying to figure out how I was going to attach the my tent, that's cold weather tent, to my bob. This is the tent I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very big, as you can see, but I don't know how it was done, but this is a modular setup, folks. Very tiny, very compact.
Hunting stuff with J&J. Good evening.
Hey, Jay, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Now, this is the Light Fighter 1 When I first found it, I didn't know what I got. It was just a fluke that I got it. I paid like $4.95 for this, with the exception of not having the cold weather part, which includes the third part of the cover of the mesh setup to turn it from a 3-season to a 4-season tent, and the snow anchors. That's the only thing this is missing. But I would think I still haven't figured out the name of that freaking space blanket, the thick space blanket stuff. So I know there's got to be another name for it. I just can't remember what it's called.
Emergency blanket is all I know.
Well, if anybody in the chat knows what it is, please let me know. I'm going to be bashing my head trying to remember it. But I figured I put that underneath the either on, it would have to go under the footprint because it the rainfly, the mesh, and everything else all clip together. So you can basically put it on top of a cot if you need to. But I don't have the cot part either. That's a whole different ballgame. I wouldn't be able to pack in that. Though, with this being as light as it is, that probably wouldn't add much weight, I don't think. But that's to be further down the road because I still got to figure out, because I know the heaviest part between this and the sleep system is heavier. Because it's got the winter bag, it's got the Gore-Tex outer layer, and it's going to have the patrol bag once I get it in. Well, I think the tent probably would be better because a truck would be a tin can, basically, and you could freeze to death. Because if a car's not working, it's no better than a tent.
No, if it's sub-zero temperatures, you don't want to be in a hammock.
I wouldn't be in a hammock. I don't sleep in hammocks. This is a tent, a ground tent. Actually, it's about the same freaking design as my Big Agnes. Very much like my Big Agnes. And which is really surprising. I didn't realize it till the last time Ian and I went to the Watcher County Flea Market. He forgot he couldn't get his hammock up. So I put out this tent for him to use, and I just couldn't believe how easy it was to set up. It was like, hey, Jarrett, long time no see, brother.
Hey, Jarrett.
And Ian had it up in no time by himself without my help. Even though I had set this up before by myself, he's the first one to sleep in it between him and me. Because I just didn't want him to be without something to sleep in. He said, also sleep in the truck. Now he said, no, you're not sleeping in my truck. So this is going to be my winter kit once I get it set up with the last couple items. And just going to hopefully see how it works. Unless somebody has better ideas. Because, what you got any ideas? I know you're not from cold climates, Jason, so I just want to know if you might have some ideas because you're smart.
Yeah, lots of blankets.
Well, I was thinking maybe if I can find a military whoopee to go along with it, or even a simple sleeping bag liner.
Yeah, the best thing to do is actually tarp the tent that you're actually in.
Well, the tent already has it'll have the mesh, then it'll have the winter kit, then it'll have on top of that will be the rain fly. So it's going to have multiple layers.
Yeah.
Already. So I do have a tarp I could probably put over it, but that's only going to stop the snow from coming down, but not the wind.
It's hard to protect from the wind.
Exactly.
That's why.
But I will also have a decent pillow to sleep with. I will have 2 sleeping pads to make sure I have them well insulated off the ground. Because I am going to do this on the ground setup. And hopefully, if everything goes well, I won't get too cold. That's why I was thinking about the space blankets, not the little Mylar skinny little things, but the thick blankets. that could be folded and refolded, like a blanket. And
Yeah, like I said, just don't stay on the ice. Just get off the ice at night.
well, that's what I was thinking about using. If I did do a ice version of it, I could use the those thick rubber mats that interlock like puzzle pieces,
Yeah.
and use those as floor. Now that won't completely eliminate the cold, but it will mitigate it a bit. But that's I would still use the Mylar blanket part as part of the system. The floor inside the tent to help.
Yeah, doing an ice, an ice shelter on the ice for a challenge. No, you're doing. The
I don't know if I
opposite
could do
of
the
what
ice shelter
you
or
do
the
it.
challenge. Not
Yeah.
yet, anyway.
Yeah,
There are some ice shelters that are heated, that are multiple layers. I don't have the money for one of those. I got my shelter for free, so
Yeah,
I
but
don't.
if you're doing a survival challenge, being on the ice is the opposite of what you want to do.
It makes me feel like one of the things that, like dual survival, you get these really stupid conditions that the people they put them all in. Like when they put Dave and Cody in the middle of the was it Wisconsin or way up north, and in a place that got burnt down, and all they had was a bison blanket, bison hide, and some other stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I would do something like that, but the scenario would in that particular case is that you're out ice fishing, and you could drive your vehicle on the ice, so that wasn't the issue. But your car dies and you can't get it started again. That means no heat for running your car or anything like that. Maybe your gas lines froze or something, you know. But and the only thing shelter you have is your ice fishing shelter. But that's a different scenario. I'm talking about basic set up a winter camp out it overnight, and go home the next day. So I'm not going to be doing a weekend deal. This is not going to be a whole week long deal. This is going to be overnighter, just once in and out, and see how I survive with a video along the way. And hopefully my cameras don't freeze. That's probably going to be the biggest challenge.
Yeah, we found out that our challenge this upcoming weekend is going to be having enough candy to hand out.
You can never have enough candy.
Last year they had over 1,000 kids walking.
No, what I meant was you could never have too much.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be more kids.
Oh yeah, they're expecting the crowd to be a lot larger this year.
You're doing the trunk or treat thing, right?
Yes, they had over 1,000 kids last weekend.
Well, I hope you give out everything. And you feel the remorse of saying, I didn't get to keep any.
Oh yeah, I want some for me.
I am of the believer is that if we got candy here and giving it out to kids, I get full-size candy bars. You don't skimp on the candy bars.
You do if you have to give out 1,000.
You do if you have to give out over 1,000. $2.
I don't think 1,000 people are going to show up at my door.
No, that's one thing. If you got like 10 to 15 of them that show up, that's fine.
What I might do that might make it a little more interesting is move my fire pit from the backyard to the front yard and just set up a little bonfire and just roast marshmallows as I give away candy. That way I could be comfortable and get to see the kids in their costumes. And the thing is, it's not just about kids. Halloween is for everybody, adults included.
Yes.
And I love watching the detail of people's costumes, from the most simplest little pumpkin to the most horrific, sideshow horror set, people are willing to go with. But that's, I get a kick out of horror stuff. I'm not sure if you saw the videos I put out about the 1 yard. Yeah. I saw something today. I haven't even had a chance to tell Jenny about it. It was the most silly thing I've ever seen, but it's still Halloween related. It was a yard full of flamingos, pink flamingos. That in itself, nothing new, right? There were little skeletons riding each and freaking little one of those flamingos.
Yeah.
That was freaking cool. I mean, it's so stupid, but it was freaking cool at the same time. So, hon, did you hear what I said?
What?
Okay, you know when you come in from the interstate over here to turn towards our house,
Uh,
instead of going towards our house and go straight, and you end up going up by a Quick Star.
uh,
Halfway along the way, on the right hand side,
Mhm.
there's a yard full of little flamingos about that tall, with skeletons riding them.
nice.
See, she never heard me say it, so if you get a chance to see it, you need to do that. But yeah, I'll get some video of that one. It's not very, it's not fancy, but it's just weird enough to be interesting.
Yeah, we're just putting up a couple of things and some lights, and that's all we're doing.
Okay, what kind of candy are you thinking?
We just bought the Hershey's packets and stuff like that, the big bags.
Okay,
Bite
the
sizes.
ones that I do not agree with, do not give out candy corn. It sucks. Do not give out popcorn balls. I do know you can buy ready-made popcorn balls because some people worry about that. They don't like, handmade treats anymore. But you can buy ready-made stuff like that. I'm a firm believer in full-size candy bars just because if kids get enough effort to actually dress up and trick or treat, they deserve it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of
That's my
cool that
personal
they're
preference.
doing this.
Huh?
I think it's just kind of cool that one of our state parks is doing this.
Are you dressing up?
It's just my jacket and my hat. I was thinking about getting my SA mask that has the skull on it too.
That would probably be better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, I was not able to get a holster yet. Everybody's out of them.
What you need is a belt with it. You can get yourself a little lasso or something like that. You can go on full on cowboy.
Yeah, I was going to get the holster out. And
Well, this way, I mean, you're more likely to not to get scare anybody with a
I think so.
lasso than you would.
Yeah,
for
the lights are on.
holster.
It's charging. Yeah.
Blue ones. Okay.
Hey, something's better than nothing. We actually had we have somewhere. At least we did. We had one of those foam cedar pumpkins, but Jenny did put out a bunch of little things on her door, and we got some little decor in our room, our living room here, of little. We got a scarecrow, a couple pumpkins, and a couple other things. Nothing fancy.
Unicorn skeletons.
Yeah, we got the glow in the dark unicorn skeletons.
Pictures. I want pictures.
Oh, they are a picture.
I want pictures of the picture.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Once we get it set up.
Once we get it set up, I'll do some videos and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't know how well the service is out there. I know it's a little sketchy in some areas at the campground. I probably will not be able to go live, but I'll be able to record it and probably post it a little bit later.
What you should do is a before and after of your trunk full of candy,
Oh yeah,
and then you go. "Ugh," you act like you've just been swarmed by a flock of animals.
yeah.
Yeah, we do the same thing, Rob. But well, when we were lived down the block, we did a little bit more. We were more involved, but where we live, it's off the beating path. We're literally right up against the city limits. So it takes a lot for kids to come down our block, but they do come down. But we at least I got to try. We put the first year we were here, we put out a big table with candy on it, and we played Halloween music. What we considered Halloween themed music. Nothing scary or anything like that, but
No,
enough to make it interesting.
Find that CD. I need to find the
Spotify is your friend if you don't have it. But yeah. Now I would full on dress up if I really wanted to, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. But I do know that. No, let me double check because I really, really need to know. if Halloween is actually going to be celebrated on trick or treat is going to actually be on Monday, the 28th. So next Monday, yeah, next Monday,
Yeah, ours is we're doing the one on the 26th is when the park is doing it.
right? Now there's people here who go all out, which my video can show you. But they were not even done when we did it before. So Jenny and I were planning on going back, talking to the lady, and seeing more of what her family had put up. I did make some suggestions to help improve the thing, because one of the things that they had was a bunch of skeletons playing poker. But they didn't have. They were basically drinking mostly. So get the giant poker cards.
Hey, Jax. Tyler, how you doing?
Tyler, how you doing? Get the giant playing cards and just make one a dead man's hand or something. If anybody knows what the dead man hand is. Hey, Justin, how you doing?
Hello, Justin.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
That battery charged.
Now, we're discussing Halloween stuff, but I'm also discussing a future winter camping thing, and we've got a grilled cheese challenge coming up. If anybody's interested in doing grilled cheese, we do like our grilled cheese on this channel, don't we, Jason?
Oh yeah,
it is our comfort food, and I am looking to see what everybody's version of comfort. Jason has the interesting taste bud. He's got a foodie's taste buds. He loves going unique. He's still not the most expensive grilled cheese, though.
no.
That is Grace. Still owns the record for that. And the grossest one is Cliff. He owns that one. You'll admit it. Oh, man. I mean, I was grossed out, and I didn't even eat it. But that was from a couple years ago. Now, I did do an Iowa-based grilled cheese a while back. I thought it was really, really good. Jenny thought it was good. Because, we do have places that make Iowa bread and Iowa cheeses and stuff like that. Iowa butter. But I'm not sure what Jason's planning on doing. He's going to go basic, or is he going to go fancy?
I don't know yet.
When the day comes, he'll let us know. Now, here's the question. Does Molly get to eat the fruits of your labor?
Oh, yes.
That's what Jenny, when the first one I usually make, it goes to Jenny every time I make mine. Then I get to eat the second and third ones, usually. But
no, I usually get the first one.
I'm busy cooking, so I can't eat.
Yeah, the first one usually is the one that doesn't come out.
Oh, no. If you do it right, if you heat up your pan accordingly first, then
That's the best one.
As long as your pan's warmed up properly, you should be fine. And you can never use too much butter, unless you're using mayonnaise, which is a whole different ballgame. I'm not a fan, but if you like it, that's okay. But there is almost no wrong way to do grilled cheese. I'm only using the words almost because Cliff found the one.
And you can still burn it.
Do. What was that, Jason?
You can still burn it.
Well, he made the most inedible one. Come on, you got to tell me. You can't tell me that was disgusting.
Well, it depends on who you are. Some people enjoy that.
Well, he just threw it together because he didn't have anything else, and it did not go well. He did eat it, though. He wasn't happy, though. I don't know if he kept it down, though. But because I think, what did he use? He had garlic butter, sourdough.
I don't know.
And pepper jack cheese. Yeah, it did not go well. But to me, I'm a basic, wheat, generally, a lot of butter, and a mild cheddar. Maybe mixed in with a little America. You never know. And that works out great. But I also dip mine in tomato soup. But we have had some who are they've made accessories like tomato soup, like Drops did. Drops made an amazing tomato soup, but the grilled cheese was okay. But you never know what you're going to find. So, Tyler, do you do grilled cheese? Because some people might be lactose intolerant. If you are, I'm sorry, but let's find out if you guys do like grilled cheese, and if you do, what's your favorite kind of grilled cheese? What do you put on it? Like I said, I can never know from time to time because he's never made the same one twice. You did the cream cheese the first year, right?
No, that was the last one I did.
The last one, I thought, was the first one.
That one was really, really rich.
I thought you thought it was just right. Okay. My bad for assuming on that.
Yeah, I did a beer bread with a fresh beer bread with the flavored cream cheese that I flavored, and then I griddled that, and it was really, really good.
Well, what was the first one? I know you did. That was the second year. I know you did one before that.
It was just regular grilled cheese.
Very legit. Yeah, we had people do it from all over the place. And like I said, Grace Martin did the most expensive. She had $11 cheese. That was expensive. Though we had someone who had. I still consider Evan cheating because he worked for the cheese barn at the time. He had access to all the cheeses. So, everybody in chat, please put in the one if you're still listening. I'm showing 6 people up here, so I just want to make sure you're here. Grilled cheese is just something I'm passionate about. Not my best thing, but it's just for wintertime, fall. It's one of my favorite comfort foods. Now, if you want to know about archery, great. If you want to know about air guns and air rifles and stuff, you talk to this gentleman here. Also, pest hunting, same person. And if you want to know about container garden, we talk to Foxit Outdoors, who's Cliff. Prepping, you got Cecilia. She's got a really good thing about canning and things like that. And Ajax, also air rifles. Rob on the road, prepping from England. Yes, he's really good about that. So we got it all covered. I know archery, I know backpacking, I know thrifting for finding really good gear for really cheap price. So I know a little bit of everything. Not as much as everybody. I do. Gardening is one of my things I do not know much of. I know little, about that much. And I also know I talk quite a bit. So if I'm talking too much, please let me know. My voice is starting to go a little raspy, so bear with me. I hope I got the description of you, Cecilia, done right. I could be wrong, but I wanted to make sure I got the basics down. So please let me know, correct me if I'm wrong. And if anybody knows what that freaking survival blanket thing is called.
A survival blanket.
Is it a survival blanket? I'm going to have to look that up now. Yeah, okay. It is a heavy-duty survival blanket. I want to get a decent one, not a cheapy Ozark Trail one. So if anybody knows a really decent one that's not too expensive, I'm interested. Because even Pathfinder, they do a one for $22.99.
That's pricey.
Well, there's the heavy duty one with the heavy duty grommets. They make sure they're just thick.
And it's usually a one-time use, isn't it?
No. This is the blanket.
Oh, okay.
Not the survival, Mylar thing. This is the one that's got green on one side, reflective on the other.
Okay.
Thank you, Cecilia. I want to make sure I got it right. You know that canning and all that stuff. I don't know that stuff, but I have the idea. I have books on it, but that's all I've got. I got a decent library about stuff. But here's the one I was talking. I'll show you what I'm talking about here, Jason. I just looked it up, and this is what popped up. Okay. This is what the corners look like.
Oh, I know which one those ones are now. Okay, yeah.
See,
It's a it's the survival. It's an insulated survival blanket.
yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. One
they've
of
made
those.
those for years.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was insulated survival blanket then. But I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Put one of those underneath, or even if in this case, if it's, yeah, I could probably put it as the floor inside the tent.
Yeah.
With the reflective part up.
I remember seeing those as a kid in the 70s.
But I think those were like way expensive back in the day, and
Yeah. They work though.
yeah.
The problem is you don't want to be wearing it during a lightning storm.
No, this is going to be in the winter, so
Yeah.
this is going to be the floor of my tent on the inside. So I'm going to be putting all my stuff on top of this, so it's going to reflect my body heat back up at me. So it's going to help maintain my body warmth as much as I can without being too risky. You know, like I said, I'm still going to do my proper base layers and things like that. Now
you need beach balls.
Beach balls?
Yes.
What do you mean beach balls?
Well, they'll keep it insulated, and let's see, they take up space inside the tent, so you're only heating certain areas of the cubic inches inside the tent.
Well, the tent itself is not like super big or anything like that. Let's see. Give me a second here. See if I can find the actual dimensions of the tent itself. I want to find the dimensions freaking under it. Okay, the whole tent is 32 inches wide by 84 inches long.
That's pretty small.
It's a one-person tent.
Oh, okay.
And it, I'm not sure how tall it is, but I know I could sit up in it. You know, when I'm inside it. So without hitting my head. But it's got some really good there, I'll show you. Not that one. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay.
Okay.
That's when it's closed up. That looks like that on both sides because I got a door on each side. And,
yeah. At least you get the fly going all the way down. That's the part that's going to keep you warm.
Yeah, that's the reason. When the winter liner part goes in, it goes over the mesh, but under the rain fly. And you can see the bathtub floor goes way up. So it's got a really high bathtub floor. So between that blanket that we just saw, the winter part, and all the other stuff that I'm talking about, I've seen pictures of these set up in fields under a bunch of snow. They're very sturdy, and they'll fit on a cot too. But you got two vestibules, one on each side, about the same distance apart, and everything else. So that's not bad. It's a really good deal, and you can use it in the wintertime. I've never owned a 4-season tent before, so this is the first time.
I'm gonna grab my supper.
What's for supper?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Give me a second here. I'm gonna find my. Oh, there it is. Please forgive me here, folks. I'll be right back. Whew, that's better. Okay, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose. I didn't want to blow your eardrums out or anything like that. Now, has anybody here ever camped in the wintertime? Ajax, Tyler, Justin, Jay, anybody? Other than I've slept in a car in sub-zero temperatures, but at least I could turn the car on and get some heat going. That was all a temporary measure. It was not perfect. And I had a futon mattress that was 6 inches thick to insulate myself from the floor. Now, this is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be a really thick military sleep system. It's going to have the winter bag, it's got intermediate bag, it's going to have the patrol bag, and it's got the Gore-Tex shell. So all that's going to be in one thing, and I'm going to be in the middle of that with decent base layers. Well, I've done most of that, but I mean, winter was not by choice for me. But I am not like some of these guys on here who will build their shelters, snow shelters, and sleep in all that stuff. I am not that skilled. And until my knee is fixed, I can't do anything majorly big. So the plan I have is to pick a park that allow me to camp out and set up a one-time encampment, clean up to the ground, set everything up, camp for the night, then go home the next day. Just to see if I can do it. That's my biggest deal. Now, with me losing weight, that might be part of an issue because I won't have the body fat I did before. So there is that. Oh, please forgive me. I got some new glasses. My eyes are still getting used to them. I know you can't tell, but they looked exactly like the old ones because that's the reason I got them. And because my right eye was way weaker than my left. Now, I'm showing 4 people in here, but no one's chatting. So where is everybody from? Please introduce yourselves. I am from Iowa.
I am from my mom.
And your dad.
Yeah.
I've talked to your dad. Your dad's cool. I would love to have one of your dad's fishing poles, but never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
What was the coldest you've ever been in?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, single digits.
What? I mean, was it winter? Was it just got cold? What?
Late September in Sierra Nevadas.
Okay.
It's cold. Like I said, our food froze from boiling to frozen in less than 10 minutes.
Wow. That's cold. That's below freezing. Now, I don't know what mine was because I didn't have a thermometer on me, but I'd run the car, because I was sleeping in a vehicle at the time. The only thing that saved me, I believe, was the fact that I had a running vehicle with heat and a futon mattress and a lot of blankets. But I wouldn't recommend it. Sleeping in a car is not recommended, especially since carbon monoxide poisoning is a very big possibility, especially in the wintertime. Because I'm going to push it with what I'm planning on doing, but I'm going to have to wait and see. But I'm going to try to use it, go without it if I can. But I'm going to have a heat buddy with me as a emergency setup deal, just because I'm not stupid. I might be ignorant, but not stupid. But I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see how that's going to turn out first, because everything hinges literally on my knee. Now, if I get it done before next spring, awesome. I have a video to put out, and people can just, critique the crap out of me. But that's about all I can say. Because the only person I can honestly say, well, I know 3 who could probably say a lot about me about that. And that would be Mark. That would be Tyler, different Tyler. And what's his name? The one that does the Hobo series.
I don't know.
Give me a second. It's Waypoint Survival. I'm just trying to remember his name. or was it outdoor survival, whatever it is. The ones that did, it was the third person with the winter survival challenge they did a couple years ago. But those three did a whole week in the snow. I am not that brave. I'm going to find out. I've got an appointment in about another 30 days. After I got one more of my injections to help me get my weight down. My weight is down 14 pounds, but it's not where they needed to be. But they also said my body type may change that according to, because just because I'm heavy doesn't mean I'm fat. Jason can already understand that.
Oh yeah.
Because most of my weight is just in my belly, not everywhere else. Especially not on my knee. But I don't know how cold it gets in Toronto, to be honest. So I can't answer that. But I do know a lot of my favorite TV shows were filmed in Toronto.
Yeah,
including
it's cold enough where you don't touch metal with your bare hands in winter.
You do that pretty much anywhere in the Midwest. You don't do that.
No, you get stuck to it.
And definitely do not put your tongue on it. Negative. I've been in colder weather. The coldest I've actually been, according to the radio, I was going through Evanston, Wyoming, in the middle of winter, in middle of a blizzard. They had about 75-mile-an-hour winds. With wind chill, they said it was like over negative 100. And that's scary. I don't want to do that again. My car heater was not working that one. If I wouldn't have gotten to a hotel, I would not have survived.
That night that actually that weekend that we were up there camping when my brother and I were teenagers,
right?
We actually put rocks by the fireplace about 2 hours before sunset, and we slowly heated up the rocks.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then we dug a trench in the sand, and about 30 minutes before we went to bed, we pushed the rocks over. We rolled them over there with our gloves, put them in the trench, and we covered it back up with sand. So we were nice and toasty all night long.
I actually heard somebody using potatoes as the same kind of setup to help keep your core warm. Or you can just put in a bottle of boiling water in one of your thermoses. Make sure you put it in a case. Don't leave it like bare metal to anything like that. But you can use them as hot water bottles.
Yeah, like I said, that'll freeze up on you if it's too cold.
No. You put that one next to your core. It's not going to freeze when it's next to your core as much. It's going to cool down, but it's not going to like flash freeze or anything like that. But it's usually you put them in your sleeping bag or your sleep system to help warm your bags up first. Potatoes are great for thawing out your boots. And they're also edible, so that really makes a big difference. But you can probably use stones, put in the fire, but I wouldn't recommend it. Because you don't want to burn the inside of your boots.
No, like I said, we slowly warmed up the rocks so they didn't explode on us. You don't put them in the fire; you put them next to the fire.
Yeah, like I said, you figured you could do the same thing with potatoes and foil.
Now I've heard of people, doing a fire pit. Dig the hole, put the fire in there, then they put the sand over it, then they put the tent over it. My problem is, that stuff is still burning in the ground.
Oh yeah,
as it gets hot, and like I said, you still have carbon monoxide sneaking through.
Yeah, you can have that, and also if you have a too thin spot in the wrong spot, you'll end up burning your clothes or yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think I'm brave enough to do stuff like that because I don't know enough to be. I know just enough to say that I couldn't do it because I'd worry I'd get something wrong.
Yeah. Believe me, the inside of that canvas tent was ice in the morning.
Because your breath?
Yep.
Yeah, condensation is a killer. That's one thing about my Light Better tent, though, Jason, is that it's got two mesh pocket parts that are like that big.
Yeah.
That is, while it's covered a little bit by the liner, it still allows some cross ventilation, and then the rainfly goes over top of that. So it's probably got like this much room, but it's enough to keep the
To breathe. Yeah.
allow everything to breathe, but it doesn't give you enough wind to go freeze you to death.
Yeah,
So
this was like an old canvas tent that we had.
well, my tent that I had at the gathering last year is canvas, but it's big enough to allow it to breathe, which is really nice. It's warmer. It does keep things warmer when it's cold out and cooler when it's not. But yeah, but it's also huge.
You finished my food?
I'm full.
So what'd you have?
Had sausage, eggs, and biscuits with mushroom gravy.
Until you said the mushrooms, it sounded awesome.
Actually, it was good.
I could have it once.
The mushroom gravy was made from scratch.
Like I said, I could do it once. I'd rather not find out the second part, if I can make it to the second one or not. Not without a EpiPen anyway.
Would you say those were scratched eggs?
Do you just leave it?
Huh?
Do you just leave the eggs?
Yeah.
Pretend you want.
Do you guys have chickens or no?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you got your own chickens for your eggs or not.
Yeah.
So I've never really asked, and I just figured, how many on average? How many eggs do you usually get?
Let's see. It's my mother-in-law's chickens, and I just protect them, and we get eggs.
Okay, you don't have any chickens directly of your own. Just
No.
Okay. You should have her do some investment eggs for you. That way you can have your own chickens.
No. I don't want my own chickens.
Why is that?
Then I have to take care of them.
Now, I am going to say this. I am running down a little bit. As much as I would like to, I don't have the endurance I did. Because I'm still not 100% on my bronchitis is still, I'm not exactly sure. It's not bronchitis, but I'm still coughing up crap out of my lungs. But I don't have a temperature. I'm not contagious. I don't know what it is. Neither do they. And I go until my voice goes. So if I can make it till 8:30, I'll be doing good today.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting enough interaction from the chat as I'd like. Because we're down to 3.
Yeah, like I said, probably because they all went over to Sergeant's Talk TV.
Who?
Sergeant's Talk TV.
I have no idea who that is.
That's Mike and Jason. They do questions and stuff like that for the
I've never heard of
military
them.
benefits.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, right now they're doing the COLA rating is what they're doing tonight.
The what?
COLA rating.
I don't know. Cost of living allowance?
No, kind of yes, but it's
Cost of living allowance.
yeah. Cost of living allowance is what it is. Is if you have so many injuries while you're in the army and stuff like that, they give you a rating for how much you actually get for being so much disability.
I have an appointment for that coming up on the
10.
30th.
Yeah, 15. So how far are you?
Just my ears.
Just your ears?
Mm-hmm.
They compensate for that.
I know. That's my appointment I have on the 30th.
Oh yeah.
I won't have my official hearing test until December, unfortunately, because that's when I can get in. But they said I should be getting about 135 to 153 a month.
It's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing, but that's permanent.
Yeah.
Now, I do have some other things that might qualify, but because they did happen while I was in service.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have to get myself checked out.
Yeah, get yourself checked out, and maybe you can get bigger COLA. And like I said, my coworker at work, I think he's at like 85%.
Well, thing is, if I go for the one with my back, it might disqualify me from my workplace.
Yeah.
So there's that, you know. But I haven't. I mean, that happened only once. My back went out when I was lifting people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would actually count or not. I think they might, but who knows? Because I was trying to hold a person out of the water over my head, and my back went.
Yeah.
And
Like,
my instructor at the time heard it from like over 20 feet away.
like I said, what was it? So he was at Camp Lejeune when they were doing the the issues with the carcinogenics. He was over in Iraq when they were doing the chemical attacks. You know, when
I'm
they're saying
familiar.
all their stuff was all beeping, they said, "Oh, don't worry, it's all faulty." It wasn't.
Well, mine. I mean, I was in training either in Wisconsin or in Kansas. I can't remember where I was at the time.
Yeah.
And it was for a litter obstacle course. It was like a championship level litter obstacle course. And my team and I were transporting a live patient through chest high water to me, and they were shorter than me.
Mhm.
And I had the front, they had the back, and I had the head. So if I would have went down, that means that person would have went underwater.
Yeah.
And they were surprised I held them up out of the water until I got onto shore. But I didn't have any choice. I wasn't
Yes.
going to let somebody drown.
Yeah. So, like I said, they're talking about that tonight. So, if anybody's was in the military, go check out that channel.
I am. She is.
Get it down.
And she's also working on going to get her thing about her foot because she initially injured her foot in the military.
Yeah.
So she's got to set up an appointment for that herself. So we're going to work on that later on.
Yeah. So talk to your representatives, and
We
also
are.
all those. Please join your American Legion or your VFW because they're going to be your best resources for paperwork.
Yep. Oh man. Ooh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't qualify for the 3M
Why is that?
because I wasn't military.
Ah.
We had the same earplug problem as the military did, and I was in public works.
I was in at the exact same time the 3M ones was there, so that's the only reason I qualify.
Yeah.
And the latest they did that was 2003. Guess what year I got out?
Yep.
2003. So I've come into the tail end of that.
Yeah, I was for me.
Actually, I was in longer than that,
also
but yeah.
2003 when we had
Well,
those.
actually, I was at the beginning. I was there at the beginning of it. But yeah, and then I'm kind of getting talked out. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, but yeah, I really appreciate you coming up and hanging out with me there, Jason and Molly. I really appreciate it.
Troubles.
Are you any particular topic you're going to be going tomorrow?
Unknown. It'll probably be the upcoming camping trip.
What kind of gear are you planning on using with your camping trip? Or are you going to the cabin again?
No, we're doing the our cabin tent.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I mean you have used a cabin before, haven't you?
No, there's no cabins there.
I mean you have gone
That's
camping
right,
with
yeah.
cabins, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we've hold on. Oh, I need to get going. I need to check this out. I got a message.
What's going on?
I got to figure this out.
Figure what out?
I just got an email, so
Well, I think we're pretty much done anyway. Thank you
Yeah.
all for coming. I really appreciate it. Jason and I got to head out. Be well, be safe. I love you guys all. And I'm out of here in 5, 4, 3.
go check out
2,
Sergeant's
1.
Talk TV.